blade and quill. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to use the same brush we used in last week's video, but this time we are going to paint over a black and white image. We are going to transform this grayscale picture into this beautiful painting. Now understand that there are plenty of techniques out there, such as using gradient maps. What we are about to do is much simpler and therefore perfect for beginners. So let's get started. Lock your background layer. Turn off the pen pressure button. Grab your bristles hairy brush. I showed you last week how to find it. Create a new layer. Holding the Shift key, select both layers and create a group. Hit F2 and rename the group. We created a group because we are about to paint using clipping masks. Cross out the alpha button of the new layer. Click on the layer to make it active. Change its blending mode to color. Now decrease the opacity and the flow of your brush. In the color wheel, choose a light color. Don't forget to change the size of your brush as needed. Now paint over your flower using small strokes. Back to the color wheel, grab a darker shade. Create a new layer. Cross the alpha button and this time choose the overlay blending mode. As you can see, the coloring is more diffused. Here I am still using the same brush settings. Create a new layer. Cross the alpha button. Choose a lighter tint. Change the layer's blending mode to screen. Decrease the size, flow and opacity of your brush. I am going to enhance the white color on the edges of my petals. Don't forget to use the eraser to reshape and adjust the thickness of your lines. Create a new layer and change its blending mode to multiply. In the color wheel, choose a new color. Reset the settings of your brush and start painting over the dark areas. What the multiply blending mode is doing here is building up the darkness of your colors. Here again, use the eraser to help you shape and correct your strokes. Create a new layer. change its blending mode to color. In the color wheel, choose an orange tint. I am going to color now the pistils of the flower. Create a new layer. Change its blending mode to overlay. Cross out the alpha button of this layer and the one below if you forgot to do it like I did. Using a white color, start painting thin lines on the side of the pistils. Create a new layer. Change its blending mode to multiply. In the color wheel, choose a darker shade. Cross out the alpha button and paint darker lines on the side of the pistils. This is going to create a three-dimensional effect. Create a new layer. Leave the blending mode to normal. Choose an orange tint close to the color you used earlier. Reset your brush values. And this time paint small dots like pollen dust. Now choose a lighter color and paint more dots. Create a new layer. Here again, leave the blending mode to normal. Choose a dark shade. Reset your brush values. I am going to redraw some of the sketch lines that got hidden during the painting process. As usual, don't forget to use the eraser to help you reshape and correct your lines. Do not worry about the lines being too dark. You can always decrease the opacity of your layer later. Go back to the first layer we painted, the one above the gray sketch. Click on it to make it active. Using the shortcut Ctrl-U, tweak the colors. First, play with the U slider to modify your pure color. Then use the saturation and lightness sliders to adjust the tint and shades. Click OK when you are done. Make a copy of your first colored layer. Change its blending mode to overlay. Here again, tweak the colors of the copied layer. Now decrease the opacity of the layer if you think that the blending effect is too intense. Unlock the background and click on it to make it active. Here we are going to use the lightness slider to make our background darker. Go back to the colored copied layer and decrease even more its opacity if you think it's still too dark. Create a new layer. Set the blending mode to color. Choose a new shade. Reset your brush. Cross out the alpha button. And now start painting. Change the size of your brush as needed. Now don't be afraid to go back to prior layers and change the colors again. And we are done. This is the original black and white flower, and this is our painted version. So what do you think? Pretty good, right? As you can see, you can make your flower any colors you want. Your options are endless. We are done for today. I will see you next Monday with another painting exercise. Until then, have a great week practicing. Take care. Bye.